The Honda thingy. It's not a Honda. This is a review of the Mutt Mongrel 125. This is a Hilts. Ridden a BMW 750, 850, a few different Hondas, CBRs and CBFs. Here's my conclusion. Getting off a big bike and onto a Mutt is a bit like getting out of a Ford Mondeo Estate and getting into a original Mini. It's crazy and it's really hard to control comparatively at the same sort of speeds, but it's brilliant. I love it. It's a fantastic little bike and I'm going to stick with it. I've had this for 2 years and it's taken quite a bit of, it's not taken quite a bit of maintenance, but it's that sort of culture, you know. You can't just buy it and leave it outside because it will die. It's a bit like in the 60s if you bought a Morris Minor and you left it outside, left it, didn't oil it, didn't look after it, then your Morris Minor will be dead, won't it? It will just be rust and it won't still be alive. The Morris Minors that are alive today and the Mini Coopers that are alive today and the Peugeot 205s that are alive today are the ones that have been looked after by people who, you know, got it and thought it was lush, thought it was great and looked after it, and they kept the sacred oily rag with them at all times. In 2,000 miles I had one thing break on it, which was the pannier rack that I had on for a bit, and that was my fault because I bolted it on and then clonked it against something and it broke. Anyway, that's the one thing I needed tools for, but I do carry tools with it because it is a little bit like you need to tighten things up now and then. But I'm going to stick with it. I love it. I think it's great. I'd really recommend it. If you're watching this video because you haven't got a motorbike and are thinking of getting a 125, hello, get this. Or if you've got a motorbike but you are bored of it, you're like, why am I riding this boring Honda? Good question. Why are you riding a boring Triumph or Honda or whatever? They're great. I mean, they're brilliant bikes, aren't they? All of them, and they're really reliable. And that's the thing about the Mutt. It's a little bit like having a Peugeot 205. You don't get it because it's reliable. You don't get it because, I don't know, because it's a good commuter. It's not. You get it because it's designed by people who think it's quite cool, quite love it, and that love comes across in it. It's got a bit of soul in it, and you forgive it its inadequacies, which are many. It's not a choice of the head, it is a choice of the heart. Having said that, it does make some sense. I mean, it'll do over 100 miles per gallon. Insurance is a lot less than pretty much any other, you know, a bigger bike will cost way more to insure. It's great, I love it. There'll be people watching this going, why have you ridden out onto the beach? It's a really bad idea. Yeah, I've ridden this thing over moors and through massive fords and stuff. I've had water go up over my thighs and I've had to clamp my leg over the air intake to try and stop it getting water in the engine. I've ridden it hard and far, and it has really, really stood up to the test that I've put it through. It's great. It's a great bike. And you could say, yeah, I could ride my Honda or my Ducati or my Kawasaki. I could ride that onto the beach. But you haven't, have you? There'll be very few people watching this who actually have done that. But it's the sort of bike that makes it easy to do that, because it's got silly tyres and it's sort of slow, and if you get crossed up with it, it's quite easy to correct it, which you can't really do on a big bike. So I'd recommend it if you're looking at little bikes because they're more fun. Run, 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 run. Beep, 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 pop, pop, pop.